In this video, we are going to focus on finding the area of triangles, parallelograms, polygons, and complex shapes. So to start, we want to go to our settings, the wheel over here on the right, and we want to show our axes, our X and Y axes, and you may or may not want to, but I'm going to choose on showing my grid, the grid lines, so I can count the units of the shapes as I make them. We're going to begin by making a triangle. So I'm going to now move my screen over a little bit to the tools section. And to make your triangle, you can just choose polygon and select all 3 vertices. We have to start, or we have to end where we start from. So let's just say I want to start down here at -2 and go up to 3 and then go to 1. But I have to end where I started to close out my triangle. So there's my triangle. The area is the area inside a shape that we're trying to find. We can find that in Geogebra just by easily finding the measure tool. So we have to click the more tool, go to measure, and you have an area button that you can choose, and then click inside, and it gives you the exact area of your triangle, which in this case is 7. So next I'm going to just clear this or undo everything. And you can do this with any polygon shape. You can do this with an irregular polygon and just pick vertices and create whatever kind of shape you want, however many vertices you want, and just close it out. And once you're done, go down to measure, choose area, click on the inside of your shape, and it tells you the area. So I'm going to clear this out. Now let's say we want to do a parallelogram. That means we need 4 sides, 4 angles, and the opposite sides have to be parallel. So instead of choosing polygon, where we have a higher possibility of making a mistake on making an exact parallelogram, we can go down to the polygon tool and choose the regular polygon tool, and because it's a parallelogram, we're going to select 2 points and we want 4 vertices. So we're just going to pick 2 random points and then 4 vertices, parallelogram, and it creates a parallelogram for us. And you can rotate it, you can move it, you can find the area by, once you create your shape, going to the measure tool, clicking on area, click inside, and this is polygon 1 because I deleted all the other ones. The area inside here is 8, and if you were to try to add all these up, it's harder to do when you're looking at partial squares, but you can see that it's halfway through a square, so you can count how these 2 are 1/2, which equals 1 whole. That's 1 whole, that's 1 whole, and if you can count up all the squares, then you realize that the area is 8. And if you want to drag a point click on the move tool, and your area is going to change when your sides get bigger, but either way it's going to continue to be a parallelogram no matter what direction you move it or how you change the lengths of the sides. So next I am going to draw a trapezoid, and and we're going to find the area of the trapezoid. And the easy way is going to be using the measure tool. And also, we won't always have Geogebra to help us check our work. There are algebraic formulas that we can use. In the area of a trapezoid is the formula for the area of a trapezoid is 1/2, half of the height, and the height has to be perpendicular to the base, straight up and down, not a diagonal. It's half of the height times the base 1 plus the base 2. But the other way we can do it is by breaking up our polygon into different shapes. So yes, we can go straight to measure, choose area, and click on the inside and say the area is 18. The other thing we can do is just create other shapes. If you do not have this tool handy and you're taking a quiz or a test and you need to know how to do it by breaking up the shapes, and you need to know the formula of certain shapes and you can't remember the formula for a trapezoid, we can go to line segment and just partition our polygon into different shapes. So I'm going to create a triangle here and a triangle here, which is something that you can do on paper. And then the original area was 18. We have two triangles and a rectangle. And so a triangle is half the base times the height. So you take half of our base, which is going to be half of this 2 to 3 is 1, and times our height is 1, 2, 3. And the area of this triangle is going to be 1/2 times the base times the height, but we have two triangles, so we can do 1/2 the base times the height times 2, and then add that to the area of a rectangle, which we hopefully remember is length times width or base times height, and then we add them all together and we are able to find the area of this complex shape. So sometimes you have to find the area of a complex shape because it has more than one shape in its overall design. So we have a rectangle and two triangles, and if you can remember the formulas for the area of a rectangle, you can add them together, the two, or you can add the rectangle together with the two triangles. So remember the formulas if they're not given to you, and you can check your work using this tool.